What's good, y'all? It's your host, Kios the Ronin Beatmaker. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And on this episode, we're going to discuss the first Irish people had black skin and blue eyes. For my white brothers and sisters out there, this might be a little of a sensitive topic for you, but I assure you, all is within good intentions to educate and humble oneself. Because in the end, all of humanity and its advancements are brought to you by the black man. Let's get into it. Alrighty. This article was written by Alden Lonergan, February 8th, 2018. It's an oldie but a goodie, and it's brought to you by the Irish Post. You can't get any more white than the Irish Post, so I don't want to hear any comments from my white brothers and sisters that this is some black media outlet. All right? Listen, we're here to educate and sometimes humiliate, but it's all with good intentions. Irish people who lived thousands of years ago likely had black skin, similar to a discovery made in Britain this week, according to DNA research. On Wednesday, geneticists at the University College London and the Natural History Museum revealed that Cheddar Man, a Mesolithic skeleton found in Somerset Cave in 1903, had dark to black skin, blue eyes, and curly hair. Cheddar Man, who had previously been portrayed as having brown eyes and light skin, was among the first permanent settlers to make the UK their home, and is related to around 10% of modern population there. Scientists extracted by the DNA drilling a hole into the skull and drawing out bone powder, with subsequent findings suggest that light-skinned Europeans evolved later than previously thought. So essentially, the Irish people are descended from black men. Black men and women. I mean, it is what it is, right? Scientists extracted, we got that. Okay. Speaking on RTE Morning Ireland, Professor of Population Genetics at Trinity College Dublin, Dan Bradley, you know that's a white man, said his team have made similar findings about early Irish people. In a joint project with the National Museum of Ireland, Trinity are compiling data from which two Irish individuals who lived over 6,000 years ago and have already discovered that they possess similar traits to Cheddar Man. I mean, this could, easily explain why the white man of the early 19th century had a very, very large disdain for Irish people. Perhaps England knew something that everyone else didn't know about the Irishman. Oh, don't worry, it gets more kinkier. Trust me, I got some stuff for you guys. The earliest Irish would have been the same as Cheddar Man and would have been darker skinned than we have today, Professor Bradley said. Quote, we think ancient Irish population would be similar. The current, very light skin we have in Ireland now is at an endpoint of thousands of years of surviving in a climate where there's very little sun. It's an adaptation to need synthesize vitamin D in skin. It has taken thousands of years for it to become like it is today. End quote. Professor Bradley then has findings suggest that early Irish men and women originated from areas such as Spain or Luxembourg. Now, I have a connection to that, and that we're going to cover in that very shortly. Similarly, Cheddar Man's tribe migrated to Britain at the end of the last ice age and shared DNA with individuals in Spain, Luxembourg, and Hungary. They came here very probably by boat, Professor Bradley said. They ate a lot of fish, hunted wild boar, and gathered plants. and nuts, end quote. The research also suggests that there were around 30 to 40,000 people living on the island of Ireland during the era when darker skin was common. The scientists at Trinity College Dublin and the National Museum of Ireland hope to publish their research in full by the end of this year. Now, we're going to head over to the Twitter video to look at the design of Cheddar Man, because I think it's important for us to get a clear observation of this. And listen, I understand this is a hot topic, especially during Black History Month. The last thing the white man needs to hear is that their descendants of Ireland are descended from black people. I get it. It would shock many afoot in that type of scenario. But this is really important information for everybody, because I still am very suspicious of them saying that these were, hunter-gatherers. I mean, when you look at the age of the nope, wrong video. If you look at the age of the pyramid in Grandan Penang, that predates the last ice age. So what does that mean? If the pyramid in Grandan Penang in Indonesia is older than the pyramid of Egypt and predates it, then what is there to say that people of dark skin who were occupying Ireland were more advanced than led to believe? And we're going to cover that. I think there's a very big connection between the Black Irish of ancient times and now. There is a connection, and I think it's a connection to Egypt, but we'll get to that shortly. Hello there, I'm Kios Ronin Beatmaker, and welcome to Ronin Art and Music, home to Ronin Music, Lounge Ronin, all things, everything, the Monday Mindset, Rants, and Ronin Reviews. We strive to make holistic and authentic content that aims to improve your individuality, mental fortitude, and peace of mind. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love. Now, back to the show.
In Britain was found in the Gough Cave in England. And our specialty is a little bit reconstructing prehistoric humans. So we did a lot of prehistoric humans before, from what is it, 1 million years ago till 5,000 years ago. So this is another one we were asked to reconstruct. It's the first Brit. They say it's a hunter-gatherer who lived in Britain 10,000 years ago. So it's very nice to see how it would look like today. And they did a DNA tests and everything on it. And surprisingly, he had a very strange combination. He had a dark skin and blue eyes. It's a very strange combination you don't see so much. Yeah, we were surprised. Yeah, we were surprised. We thought Channel 4 wants to have a kind of big impact program and is to make it more special. But then the data came in and it was really dark. So darker than we expected also. Yeah. These
Did you hear what he said? I want to play that back.
Also, yeah. Darker than we expected. Also. So darker than we expected. Also. Yeah. So darker than we expected. 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 So darker than we expected.
Darker than they expected. Why does that seem to be the ongoing theme throughout the world when it comes to ancient humanity? Now, on this channel, we covered how ancient blacks colonized China. So pretty much all of the Asian populations of China and of Japan are descended from black people. So I don't know why anyone's bitching and whining about Yasuke when Chinese and Japanese people are descended from ancient blacks. The first empire in China was a black empire.
Yeah. These guys were more 8,000 years ago. They lived here till 10,000 years ago. They lived here, also on the continent of Europe, and they did also now some DNA samples of the Mesolithic individuals who were found on the continent, and they had the same strange feature. They had the strange feature of blue eyes and dark skin, and that's fantastic. That they also in Britain. All the way in Britain, they have this feature of blue eyes and dark skin. This feature of blue eyes and dark skin. And this feature of blue eyes and dark skin. And this feature of blue eyes and dark skin. And this feature of blue eyes and dark skin.
And we're going to cover, in my personal speculation, that connection and where it comes from.
That's fantastic that they also in Britain, all the way in Britain, they have this feature, and also on the continent of Europe. Because I think they will be surprised, because if you are thinking about the first Brit, everybody will think that would be kind of Viking-like kind of man with white skin and blonde hair or something like that, first Brit. But it's completely different than we expect.
Now, they want to tell you, that Europeans were white, that ancient Europeans were white. The white man is so damn insecure about every aspect of history, humanity, everything. It's not white supremacy. As Hotep Jesus likes to put it, it's white insecurity. And here we find out that the first Irish people had black skin and blue eyes. But everyone wants to to say that black people were not capable of anything. They weren't anywhere. They didn't do anything. I mean, it's laughable. How often we have to deal with such bullshit. When it comes from the white man, and even from black men and women too. But those are the boule, those are intellectual, the intelligentsia, and they're not very intelligent to begin with. But here I want to make the connection, because it's just bullshit. You have these people, we don't even know the true timeline of our history. Okay, and I'm gonna blow your minds with some very interesting information about how I can connect Egypt to Scotland, to Ireland, and to technically Scotland as well. Let's be honest, Irish, Scottish, them motherfuckers are the same. Okay, since the first person to colonize it was black, and they probably spread about. So here's my video I did a minute ago. Now I want to make sure I got it right. Make sure I got it right to the spot. Yeah, that should work. Okay. Let me get this up for you guys so you can see it. But this is important. This is important information. Hello there, I'm Kios Ronin Beatmaker, and welcome to Ronin Art and Music, home to Ronin music, Lounge Ronin, all things, everything, the Monday Mindset, Rants, and Ronin Reviews. We strive to make holistic and authentic content that aims to improve your individuality, mental fortitude, and peace of mind. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love. Now, back to the show. The Scottish people are descended from Egyptians. She just casually said it. Of the ancient Egyptians and could trace their ancestry to the daughter of an Egyptian pharaoh, Skoda. This is not the first time I've heard that. I saw a TikTok with an Irish chick, and she was doing a little. She talked about doing a dive into the Scottish history, and she just casually just kind of said it like, "Oh yeah, the Scottish people are descendants from Egyptians." She just casually said it. And when I heard that, I was like, "Wait, what?" And like I watched it again, and I'm like, she's just saying it like it's common knowledge. So once I heard that, I was very, very peculiar about the validity of her claim. The Moses connection to Skoda. The story of Skoda begins with a Greek king by the name of Geithylos. In one version of the story, which involves Ireland, Geithylos is known as Gothal Gallus. The word Gael is said to be derived from his name and was originally from the region of Sicily. It is also said that Gaudol Gals lived during the time of Moses, and the latter is said to have cured the former when he was bitten by a serpent. Gaudhal Gals was also promised by Moses that no serpent or other poisonous creature will inhabit the western island that his posterity would inhabit one day. One of Gadal Gal's grandsons, Nuel, was invited into Egypt as an instructor by a pharaoh. Okay, you hear that? He was invited to Egypt as an instructor by a pharaoh. Okay? Now, in that we covered earlier, they want to tell you that they were hunter gatherers. But here we're learning that that wasn't the case. And eventually married one of the daughters, Skoda, both Scotland and the Roman name of Ireland, Scotia, are said to be derived from her name. Newell and Skoda's people were later driven from Egypt by a later pharaoh and wandered around the Mediterranean until they reached Spain. They wandered around the Mediterranean until they reached Spain. And what did they say about those, supposed quote unquote hunter gatherers in Ireland? That they could trace their genealogy to Spain, their genetic genealogy to Spain. How fancy? What's what a coinkydink. During the rule of Milis, whose wife was incidentally also a pharaoh's daughter by the name of Skoda, these people heard about Ireland and believed it to be the island foresaw by Moses. Although Malid died in Spain, his wife and children eventually reached and settled in Ireland. And that would be your genetic Spanish connection. Think about that. Here we have an image of Mycelius and Skoda. Irish and Scottish origins intertwine. What did I say? I told you. The Irish and the Scottish. They the same motherfuckers. I told you. That's it. This legendary origin of the Irish people is also shared by the Scots. For the Scots, however, the story did not end in Ireland. From Ireland, the descendants of Nuil and Skoda traveled to the west coast of Scotland, battled and defeated the Picts, and became the Scottish people. This version of Scottish lineage can also be found in the Declaration of Aberoth, an important document written in 1320 by the barons and noblemen of Scotland, requesting the intervention of the Pope on their behalf during the Wars of Independence. Now, I want you to think about that. Okay? I really want you to think about that. Okay? the fact here is that essentially they're telling you that at this time they were hunter-gatherers. But here, this is by the time of 1320. They weren't hunter and gatherers by 1320. They were a full-fledged people. A full-fledged people. So you have to ask yourself, I want people to really think about this. Think long and hard. Ask yourself, why would the British have such a fucking crazy hard-on for the Scottish and the Irish? Why would they? Does it have to do with maybe some royal bloodline within the Scottish and Irish people? These are things that people need to really think about. And as we always say, when it comes to all things, everything on Lounge Ronin, do your own research, because you may be surprised at what you uncover. So we're not going to watch the rest of the video, but I just wanted to give people a little bit of some extra insight into the origins of Irish people. And the fact is that the Irish people more than likely can trace their lineage to ancient Kemet, aka Egypt. And that at one point, when they got ousted out of Egypt, they head to Spain, intermingled there, and then went to Ireland, formulated themselves into a nation of people, and the rest is history. Manipulated, doctored, obfuscated, propagandized history. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Lounge Ronin. All things, everything. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And until next time, stay positive, stay focused, stay true, and much love.